All right, get ready to dive deep into AI because you sent over this AI Magazine article about the top 10 AI trends of 2024.
Yeah.
And wow, it's a lot.
It really is. The AI world is just exploding right now.
It is, and we're not just going to list out the trends, We're going deep. We're going to really unpack what these trends mean, how they might impact your life, your work.
Exactly, like real world stuff.
Real world, yeah. Forget all the abstract concepts. Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
So the article kicks off by basically saying, hey, AI is growing really fast. They're projecting a $15.7 trillion impact on the global economy by 2030. That's not just a number. That's like a whole reshaping of how the world works.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And it really emphasizes just how much AI is going to be a part of everything we do. Like every industry is going to be touched by this in some way.
Yeah, and we're already seeing that now, right? These trends are already starting to play out.
Absolutely. And it's picking up speed, too.
Okay, so let's jump into it. One of the trends that they talk about that really caught my eye was multimodal AI. Multimodal AI, it sounds like it's giving AI senses.
That's a really good way to put it. Imagine AI that can see images, read text, listen to audio, even watch videos and understand it all at the same time.
Wow.
That's multimodal AI.
So instead of just having, a doctor look at a scan or read a report,
Yeah.
they could have AI that does all of that at the same time and listen to the doctor's notes.
Exactly. It's about putting all of that information together to make a better decision.
So faster diagnoses, maybe more accurate diagnoses, even personalized treatments.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
And think about self-driving cars. Imagine a car that can see pedestrians, hear sirens, read street signs all at once.
Wow.
That's going to make them so much safer and more reliable.
So it's really like taking AI to a whole other level.
It is. It's exciting to see where that's the idea. We're seeing all these AI platforms and tools that are designed for everyone to use. You don't need to be a coder. You don't need a huge team of engineers. You can just use these tools.
So small businesses, entrepreneurs, even individual creators can leverage AI.
Exactly.
So I could use AI to analyze my website traffic, even though I don't know anything about coding.
Exactly. There are tools out there that can do that for you, no problem.
That's amazing.
But there are some challenges with this too, as the article points out.
Okay, like what?
Some executives are a little hesitant about this whole Gen AI thing. They don't really get it yet. They're worried about the risks,
So it's like having this powerful tool, but not knowing how to use it properly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got AI that can process information like us, AI that we can actually use ourselves. What's next?
Well, let's talk about how AI is changing the way we work.
AI for workplace productivity.
Exactly.
I've always wondered about this. Is AI going to take our jobs, or is it going to be something else?
It's not about replacing humans. It's about making us better at what we do.
So like robots as coworkers.
Yeah, kind of. Imagine you're in a meeting, and instead of taking notes, you can just focus on the conversation while AI does it for you.
Wait, is that a real thing?
It is. There are tools like Otter.ai that transcribe meetings, even identify different speakers.
Wow.
And there are platforms like Notion AI that can help you write content, summarize documents, even manage your tasks.
So it's like having a personal assistant who's also an AI expert.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
And this is just the beginning. There are so many ways AI can boost our productivity.
Yeah, it's exciting. Okay, now I saw that the article also talked about something called small language models, or SLMs. What are those all about?
It's a really interesting development. So you've heard of these big, massive language models, right?
Right.
Well, SLMs are like smaller, more efficient versions of those.
So why are they going smaller?
Well, for one, they can run on devices like your phone, so you don't need a huge computer to use them.
So I could have powerful AI right in my pocket.
Exactly. And because they're smaller, they can even work offline, which is really important in places with limited internet access.
That makes AI a lot more accessible to people all over the world.
It does.
This is starting to feel very futuristic.
It is, and we're just getting started.
I'm ready for more. What's next?
Okay, let's move beyond the hype and talk about how AI is making a real difference in the world, specifically in scientific research.
Oh, this is something I'm really interested in. I've heard that AI is making some major breakthroughs.
It is. The article highlights how AI is accelerating research in fields like genomics and drug discovery.
So how does that work? Are scientists working side by side with robots?
It's not quite like that, but it's close. Think of AI algorithms analyzing huge amounts of data to find patterns and insights that humans might miss.
So instead of spending years sifting through data, AI can do it in a fraction of the time.
Exactly. The article mentioned that genomics research is happening 60% faster thanks to AI.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's really changing the game for developing new treatments and therapies.
It sounds like AI is not just a tool, but a partner in scientific discovery.
That's a great way to put it. And we're seeing similar advancements in other areas of science, too.
So AI is impacting healthcare, changing how we work, and now revolutionizing scientific research.
Mm-hmm.
What else is it changing?
Well, another big trend is the move towards customizable AI.
Customizable. What does that mean?
It means that instead of using off-the-shelf AI solutions, businesses are demanding AI systems that are tailored to their specific needs.
So it's like having a custom-made suit versus buying one off the rack.
Exactly. Businesses want AI that fits their data, their workflows, their goals.
That makes sense.
And it's leading to much better results because the AI is working in harmony with the business.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here. Multimodal AI, democratization, AI for workplace productivity, small language models, the impact on research, customizable AI.
Yeah,
It's mind-blowing.
it is.
But the article also talks about some of the challenges that come with this AI revolution, right?
Right. It's not all sunshine and roses.
Yeah. What are some of the concerns people are raising?
Well, one of the biggest ones is AI governance and ethics. As AI becomes more powerful, we need to make sure it's being used responsibly.
So it's like having all this power at our fingertips, but we need to figure out the rules of the game before things get out of hand.
Exactly.
The article mentions the UNESCO framework for AI ethics.
Right. UNESCO has put together a set of guidelines for developing ethical AI. It emphasizes things like human rights, sustainability, inclusivity.
So it's not just about making sure AI doesn't harm humans, it's about making sure it benefits everyone.
Exactly. It's about using AI to create a better world for all.
That's really important. Okay, but even with all these guidelines, do we even have enough people who know how to build and manage these complex AI systems?
That brings us to another major challenge: the AI talent demand. There's a huge shortage of skilled AI professionals.
So it's like we have all these amazing tools, but not enough people who know how to use them.
That's right.
What's being done about that?
Well, there are a lot of new education and training programs popping up. Universities are offering more AI courses, and companies are investing in upskilling their workforce.
So it's a race to create the next generation of AI experts.
It is.
Okay, so we've got ethical considerations and a talent shortage to worry about. But the article also talks about a trend that sounds pretty promising: open source AI.
Yeah, open source is a game changer.
What is that exactly?
It means making AI code, data, and models freely available to everyone.
So it's like opening up the world of AI and saying, come on in, let's collaborate.
Exactly.
What are the benefits of that?
Well, it allows people who don't have a lot of resources to get involved in AI development.
So it levels the playing field.
Yeah, and it also speeds up innovation because people can build on each other's work.
Are there any risks with open source AI?
There are always risks when you make powerful technology widely available, but the potential benefits are huge.
Can you give us some examples of open source AI in action?
Sure, one of the best examples is OpenCV, the open source computer vision library. It's used in all sorts of applications, from self-driving cars to security systems.
Wow, so that technology is open source.
It is.
That's amazing. It makes me realize that AI is not just about big corporations anymore.
It's not. It's about a global community of people working together to push the boundaries of what's possible.
Okay, we've covered some seriously fascinating ground here. Multimodal AI, democratization, AI in the workplace, small language models, the impact on research, customizable AI, the challenges of governance and talent, and the promise of open source. But there's one more trend we need to discuss, and it's a big one.
You're talking about agentic AI,
Yeah.
right?
The rise of the machines.
Well, maybe not a Hollywood-style robot uprising, but agentic AI does represent a major leap forward.
So what is agentic AI exactly?
It's AI that can act independently, make decisions, solve problems without needing constant human supervision.
So it's like AI with its own free will.
Not exactly free will, but it does have a level of autonomy that we haven't seen before.
That sounds both exciting and a little scary.
I understand, but the potential applications are vast.
Like what?
Imagine AI managing entire supply chains, optimizing traffic flow in cities, even providing personalized healthcare recommendations.
It sounds like it could make our lives a lot easier.
It could, but we need to be careful.
What are some of the concerns?
Well, we need to make sure that agentic AI systems are aligned with human values. We don't want them making decisions that could harm us.
That's a valid concern.
And there are also questions about accountability. Who's responsible when an AI system acts on its own?
These are tough questions we need to think about.
We do. It's not just about the technology, it's about the ethical and societal implications.
So we've explored 10 major AI trends shaping 2024. It's been a whirlwind tour of innovation, potential, and challenges.
It's an incredible time to be following the AI world. Things are changing so fast.
And we're just scratching the surface. There's so much more to explore.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned because we're diving even deeper into the world of AI in the next part of this deep dive.
We'll be back.
Welcome back to our deep dive on the top 10 AI trends. We've already talked about some pretty groundbreaking stuff like AI that can process information from different senses and AI that's revolutionizing science.
Yeah, and we're just getting started. This AI magazine article goes even deeper, like how these trends are going to impact businesses and individuals and like society as a whole.
It's amazing how fast this field is moving, right? Like
Yeah.
one thing that really stuck with me was just how much money is being poured into AI.
Right, the amount of investment is insane. The article says global investment is expected to reach trillions of dollars in the next few years.
Trillions. That's not just a number, that's like a statement.
Yeah, it shows you how much faith people have in AI. Businesses, governments, they all believe AI is going to change everything.
It's like the new gold rush, but instead of gold, it's insights and innovation.
That's a good way to put it.
And this investment is just going to lead to more research, more breakthroughs, and even more investment, right?
Exactly. It's a cycle that's just going to keep accelerating.
It's a wave, and it's getting bigger.
Yeah, but we need to make sure we can ride that wave.
Right, we need to be prepared. Which brings us back to something we've talked about a few times already, AI governance and ethics.
Absolutely. That's a conversation we need to keep having.
As AI becomes a bigger part of our lives, we need to make sure it's being used responsibly.
No doubt.
We talked about the UNESCO framework, but I'm curious to hear your perspective. What do you think are the most important areas to focus on when it comes to ethical AI development?
Well, I think transparency is huge.
Hmm.
We need to be able to see how AI systems are making decisions, especially when those decisions affect our lives.
So it's not just about having AI that works, it's about having AI we can trust.
Exactly. And trust comes from understanding.
It's like a recipe, right? You need to know the ingredients and how it's made to really appreciate the dish.
I like that analogy.
And what about bias? How do we make sure AI systems aren't perpetuating existing biases or creating new ones?
That's a really important question. It all starts with the data we use to train these systems.
So if the data is biased, the AI will be biased.
Exactly. We need to be very careful about the data we use. It needs to be diverse, representative, and free from harmful biases.
It's like building a house. If the foundation is weak, the whole thing could collapse.
Exactly. We need to build AI on a solid foundation of ethical principles and unbiased data.
A lot to think about, but it's important work.
It is.
Now, another challenge we talked about was the demand for AI talent. The article talked about a major skills shortage in this area.
Yeah, that's a big one. Everyone is looking for AI experts.
It's like we have all these amazing tools, but not enough people who know how to use them.
That's the problem.
What are people doing to address this?
Well, there are a lot of initiatives underway, from education and training programs to upskilling existing workforces.
So we're seeing more AI courses, boot camps, workshops,
Exactly. Everyone is trying to catch up.
and it's not just about the technical skills.
No, it's also about ethics and governance. We need people who understand the broader implications of AI.
So it's not just about creating data scientists, it's about creating responsible AI practitioners.
Exactly.
It's like we're building a whole new profession.
We are, and it's an exciting time to be involved.
Now, one trend that I think could help with this talent gap is open source AI. We talked about it before, but I want to dig a little deeper.
I'm glad you brought that up. Open source is something I'm really passionate about.
Why is that?
Well, I think open source has the potential to make AI more accessible to everyone. It allows people from all backgrounds to learn about AI, experiment with it, and contribute to the field.
It's like opening up the doors to the AI lab and saying, come on in.
Exactly.
And we're seeing more and more open source AI platforms and tools.
We are. It's a growing movement.
Can you give us some examples of how open source AI is being used in the real world?
Sure. One example is in medical imaging. There are open source tools being developed to help diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately.
So open source AI is literally saving lives.
It has the potential to, and it's not just healthcare. We're seeing open source AI used in everything from agriculture to education to environmental conservation.
It's amazing to think that anyone can access these powerful tools and contribute to these important projects.
That's the beauty of open source.
It's a reminder that innovation can come from anywhere.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about another game changer, Agentic AI.
Agentic AI is one of the most fascinating trends out there.
We touched on it before, but I want to unpack it a bit more. What makes Agentic AI different from other types of AI?
Well, agentic AI systems are designed to act independently. They can make decisions and take actions without needing constant human input.
So they're not just following rules, they're making judgments and choices.
Exactly. They have a level of autonomy that we haven't seen before.
That's pretty powerful.
It is, but it also comes with risks.
Of course.
Hmm.
Can you give us some examples of how Agentic AI could be used?
Sure. Imagine AI managing traffic flow in cities, optimizing energy consumption in homes, or providing personalized healthcare recommendations.
It sounds like Agentic AI could automate a lot of complex tasks.
It could, and that would free up humans to focus on more creative and meaningful work.
That's the dream.
But we need to be careful.
What are some of the concerns?
Well, we need to make sure that these systems align with human values. We don't want AI making decisions that could harm us.
Right, we need to make sure they're working for us, not against us.
Exactly.
And who's responsible when an AI system makes a mistake?
That's another big question. We need to figure out the accountability piece.
This is all very thought-provoking.
It is. We need to be having these conversations now before it's too late.
I agree. So we've got AI that can sense, AI that can act, AI that can learn. Where do we go from here?
That's the big question, isn't it? The future of AI is still being written.
And we all have a role to play in shaping that future.
Absolutely.
Well, we've covered a lot in this deep dive, but we're not done yet.
There's more to come.
In the next part, we'll explore the implications of these trends and what they mean for you.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our deep dive. It's been quite a journey, right? Exploring these top 10 AI trends of 2024.
It really has. AI is changing so fast.
Yeah, it's not just the tech itself, it's the impact it's having on everything, like healthcare, the job market,
Everything.
everything.
We've talked about the good stuff, the exciting stuff, but also some of the things that people are, worried about.
Yeah, the potential downsides.
Yeah.
But, one thing that keeps coming back to me is this idea that AI is becoming more and more human-like.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about multimodal AI, which allows AI to process information from multiple senses, just like humans, and then agentic AI, where AI can act on its own, make decisions.
It's almost like, creating a new kind of intelligent being.
It is, yeah. But at the same time, it's important to remember that AI is still a tool, right?
It is
A tool that we can use to solve problems, to make things better.
Absolutely.
But as it gets more powerful, more sophisticated, we really need to think about the ethical implication.
Oh, absolutely. We have to.
The article talked about the need for strong AI governance, for ethical guidelines.
Right. And that's where the focus needs to be.
Yeah. It's like, we've invented fire, but now we have to figure out how to control it, how to use it safely.
That's a great analogy.
So how do we do that? How do we start having these conversations about the future of AI?
Well, I think education is key. The more people understand about AI, how it works, its potential, the ethical concerns, the better decisions we can make about how to develop it and use it.
So demystifying AI.
Yeah.
Make it less scary, less of a black box.
And help people understand that they can be a part of this conversation.
Absolutely.
It's like teaching someone to drive. You need to understand how the car works.
Right.
But you also need to know the rules of the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the importance of driving safely.
It's the same with AI.
It is.
We need to approach it with that same level of awareness, responsibility.
Absolutely.
Well, this deep dive has been really eye-opening for me.
It has been fast. We've covered so much. From the technical details of all these different types of AI, to the bigger picture, the impact on society, on ethics.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. And it's clear that AI is not just a technology anymore. It's a force that's shaping the future.
That's right.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a call to action.
Okay.
Don't just sit back and watch this AI revolution happen. Get involved. Learn about AI.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Be a part of the conversation.
Absolutely.
Because we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI
We do.
and making sure that it's a future that benefits everyone.
That's a great message.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of AI.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners, stay curious, keep learning, and most importantly, engage with the world of AI because it's a world that's changing all of our lives.
That's right.